back to my channel, and if you're new, then welcome. Today we're going to be asking you, your spirit guides, whoever it may be, what you can do to help save and heal the planet. There's going to be 4 options in front of you like you see. I'll cut to the close-up so you can get a better idea of which pile you'd like to pick. But I guess just a brief forward. As you all know, global warming is a thing. And sadly, it seems like we're coming to crunch time where every decision we make either today or tomorrow will impact the future of our planet and our society. And I think it's really important that we're all making conscious steps towards making a better tomorrow for ourselves and for our children, if we have any. So I really want you to meditate on the cards and feel into your heart. What is your soul calling you to do in order to help elevate and heal the planet? In my personal belief, if you are a light worker or something of the sort, it's part of our soul mission to uplift the grid lines of Gaia and return her to her former glory, and that's really important to my heart. Whether it's you are an environmentalist, a vegan, or honestly whatever your cause is, we all do something in order to help uplift the frequency of our planet. And you know, self-healing does so much. When you heal yourself, you heal everyone around you, and we're all genuinely interconnected, and that does so much. But I thought that I would just focus a reading solely towards the upliftment of Gaia and her health and her wealth and her benefits. I think she feels really taken for granted sometimes, and I just say that because I feel very in tune with the symbiotic nature of her rhythms. And you know, if you just look around at the state of the world, it's really sad, and I think that we all, each individually and collectively, just could be doing so much more to give back and give gratitude. So this reading is just a little bit of my contribution on her part, and I hope that whatever messages you get, you feel solely inspired to take action towards whatever it is that comes through this reading, and maybe just like inspire you or give you new ways to help elevate her frequency and the collective frequency, and new ways that you may have never even thought about before. And my goal and my intention is to bring together like-minded people for the unified goal of uplifting our collective frequency and raising the vibration of the planet so we can restore our glorious mother to her former glory. That's my intention with this video. Anyways, I could probably go on about that for a while, but I'm going to stop talking so we can get into the reading. Stay tuned for the close-up, and if you already know just by looking here, then you can go to your timestamp below. Okay. Alright, so these are the 4 piles you guys can choose from. This is pile 1 with the rose quartz. This is going to be pile 2 with the amazonite. This is going to be pile 3 with the bloodstone. And then this one right here is pile 4 with the Larimar. Alright, so go ahead and meditate on the piles, do whatever it is you have to do, and then go to the timestamp below once you've chosen your pile. See you soon. Alright, hi pile 1s, how are you? I hope you don't mind my Valentine's Day setup. I was kind of doing a love reading yesterday, so that's still the theme going on here. But I thought it was pretty, and honestly one of my favorite colors is pink, so I'm keeping it, and you might see that in the next couple of videos. But yeah, these roses are gorgeous, so they're not going to go away until they die. Anyways, I'm just going to turn down the music because I have a feeling it might be too loud. A little bit. And then we have some nice primal forest music in the background. Okay, anyways. So, if you did not watch the intro, the reason why, I don't know, actually I kind of woke up in the middle of the night the other night with a really strong inclination to do a reading like this. Sometimes I get ideas in my sleep that are great ideas and some not so much, but this is one that's been sticking with me ever since. If you are a citizen or the member of this planet, I'm sure you know that global warming is a thing. And it's really important to my heart that I take steps individually to help combat pollution, or honestly just do whatever it is I can to raise the vibration of our planet. Because honestly, guys, if you just take a step outside and look around, it's beautiful. We live on a magnificent planet. Like, the sunsets in the sky every day never cease to amaze me, and I think if we all just tuned in more to the beauty of this earthly giant that we live on, we would all feel so much more fulfilled, and in turn I think feel so much happier. And I really think that it's time that we all have a call to action to step up and do more, because we all share this planet, so we all need to do our part. It's not just one person's responsibility to make sure the earth is clean, that there's fresh running water, there's no pollution, etc. We each all live here, so it's up to each of us individually to do our part to make an impact on the planet. With that said, if you're watching this video, I'm sure you care about something of this sort, so I'm going to stop yabbering at you. You guys chose this lovely rose quartz. So let's take a look at what you can do, soul guided action steps you can take in order to help heal and uplift the planet. 8 of Pentacles. 8 of Pentacles. So I'm actually sensing that you guys could even be in some type of environmental work already, because what this card is telling me is that you can make the biggest impact through your work, through your hard work, whether it's campaigning, going on strike, I don't know, like protesting something. You actually have an innate ability to gather people and organize people and help rally them for a bigger cause. Maybe you work for a non-profit or something like that, but I'm sensing that the biggest impact that you could make on this planet comes through your work, comes through your hard work, literally comes from your blood, sweat, and tears. I feel like environmental issues are actually very near and dear to your heart for this first card to come out to be just like the biggest indicator of this material realm, honestly. So I kind of get a feeling you guys in school may have been like the ones running those environmental campaigns, or like in one of those clubs. I can totally see that for you guys. You guys have always been one to fight for the cause, which I think is really incredible. I also see that you guys have the potential to make money through doing this, no matter what it is, because there are these gemstones on the floor, which is signifying to me that whatever you do in your work to help the environment could be incredibly lucrative, but that's not the main goal of you. That outcome is not your goal. It's actually just a byproduct of you standing up for what is right. I'm also getting a weird message about wine here. Maybe you guys are wine connoisseurs. That could just be double confirmation. But something about really working with the land and toiling and being hands-on, and maybe creating a sustainable wine company that, I don't know, maybe uses less water or doesn't use as many pollutants, like I don't know, something about you being very hands-on with the wine. And if it's not wine, just ignore that. It really could be anything. any type of agriculture if that interests you, but you taking a hands-on approach, you actually overseeing each step of the process, not just hiring a bunch of people to go work in the Amazon and like cut down the rainforest. No, I mean, not that you cut down the rainforest anyways, but you know what I mean, how these huge corporations just hire all these people they haven't met, and there's no type of integrity whatsoever from the start to finish line of their project. The workers are underpaid. The conditions they work in are terrible. They're using tons of pesticides and basically doing a bunch of shortcuts to get the easiest profit in the shortest amount of time. But taking all those shortcuts is killing the planet. In the meantime, okay, I'm sorry if I get a little bit angry and heated in this reading. I think that this issue was just like so near and dear to my heart. So there's gonna be a little fire behind this, but you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. So I actually see if this resonates for you guys creating your own company, producing earthly goods, whether that's agriculture or something else that comes from the land, you actually stepping in to oversee every way of that process. So you know you're hiring workers and paying them well and treating them well. And not only that, when your workers are treated well, they'll want to do better and they'll take more sustainable actions to make sure that the product is produced in the most ethical way possible. You know what I'm saying? So there's not a lot of companies like that right now. There are some that are ethically sourced from start to finish. Like, not only the workers are being paid appropriate wages, but they treat the land with respect. They ask before they take, and they give back in return, almost like in a Native American kind of way. Like, you know how they would never hunt down a buffalo without saying thanks and using every single freaking part of their hide and their carcass and their body. I see you actually contributing to the world doing something like that. And if you haven't, you have the potential to. Maybe you guys are creatives. Maybe you're into Narn or knitting. What? What did I just say? I'm sorry, I meant yarn or knitting. Is that, I don't know, I probably just totally flipped it up, but maybe you guys are creating an Etsy shop using like sustainably sourced wool or something. Everything you do, everything you guys produce is so ecological, is so morally sound, and you guys have a lot of integrity in that. That's the backbone. That is the backbone of your company's principle. That is the foundation of everything you do, like farm to table, sustainable, ethically sourced. And you don't just say it for a label, like you make sure that from start to finish, that product you create, you better make damn sure well that, you know, nothing was exploited, not people, not animals, not the land, in the process of creating that. And I think by you really sticking to your morals here and really sticking to your guns, you're gonna inspire a lot of people to create businesses like this. And what really frustrates me, maybe just because I don't indulge in animal products, but like the label grass-fed meat or cage-free eggs, that is honestly such an illusion, and they lie. It's kind of just a sticker and a price to get you to pay more, but they don't actually follow through with their promises. Cage-free actually just means that maybe they have like a square foot more of space to grow rather than just being crammed in the same spot as all the other chickens. And like, I don't really remember how grass-fed goes, but they're still trapped in horrible conditions. Maybe they just give them a little bit better quality food. I mean, it's sham, it's ridiculous, and a lot of people don't know that. But not you. Whatever you create, you're not gonna be cutting corners or just creating fancy labels to get people to buy your product or think like, ooh, yeah, I'm being so morally correct, I'm being so ethical and sustainable right now, when they really aren't. So I really see that being the backbone of whatever you do. honestly, I really see you guys even marrying somebody who's really environmentally focused as well, and like you guys maybe even like creating an empire together and this being the main focus. It could be another random message, take it or leave it, but I could even see you guys like raising kids on a farm and having a really sustainable farm and lifestyle that inspires other people in your communities to do the same thing. Like, you know, in a lot of Midwestern areas or wherever it is you may happen to live on the globe, they're kind of entrenched in old ways of doing things. Maybe that's an overgeneralization, forgive me if I'm wrong, but you know, I see you guys creating like a new green eco farm, whereas maybe a lot of the people around you, if you live in the country or rural area, could just be stuck in the old ways of like milking the cows and doing this and doing that. And while it's sustainable because they grow all the food themselves and, you know, tend to it from start to finish, I don't know, I just kind of, you guys have this super inventive energy about you where I see you inspiring other people in your community to take a better approach to things. Oh God, I love you guys. Okay, the Empress. Oh, that's beautiful. You guys have a lot of charisma and power in what it is you do, and on like with this type of magnetic ability and power, you have the gift of being able to sway people and their opinions, sweet talking them, and I want to say coercing them into a new and more sustainable way of life. You guys also have the gift of fertility, and I'm honestly just seeing, whether you're a woman or a man, you're going to give birth to children. You're going to give birth to children that have the same philosophy of life. I honestly see you guys growing a family, like I said, where this is the main focus of your family legacy, really sticking to your guns and not just falling for the tricks of shallow corporations, but really building your own legacy from scratch in a way that has integrity and is ethical. You guys, I think, also just have this beautifully divine sense of the inherent worth of Mother Nature and the animals around you. I see that the earth is actually incredibly grateful for you and everything that you do. Like, when you go out into nature, maybe things are just drawn towards you. And Mother Earth right now is wanting you to know that she's grateful for what you do. She's grateful for your presence. She gave birth to you and gave way for you for a reason. And I'm all like, with all these butterflies and the abundant fruit tree in the back, I'm really just seeing like they're saying thank you. I do kind of see this imagery in the back, like it looks like a bunch of redness behind this grass, and it's reminding me of the deforestation that's going on in the Amazon. But I see you being like the shining figure of hope and light in combating that, and you being the divine example that sets the way for a new way of life, a new way of agriculture, a new way of whatever it is that you guys really want to do with your talent and your hard work. And I just see you saying no in a gentle way. No, we are not going to keep killing the earth and her resources just for profit, just for capitalism. No, we are not going to keep going about the same ways of milling and mining resources from the earth that leave her more depleted than she ever could be. No, we're not going to use pesticides in our products. No, and we're not going to teach our children that this is the right way to treat the earth. No, we're going to create a new example and a new way and leave the old way behind, because anybody that can't be kind to another human being or themselves, that they should not be the example on how we treat the world. And I see you guys standing firm in that and standing in your power, and you guys just have a glow about you because Mother Earth loves you, nature loves you, the plants love you. So use that type, it's a quiet type of queendom. It's quiet because in order to hear nature, you need to be still. And everyone is so obsessed with talking and yapping and being right and asserting their opinions over each other that they can't hear the ones that are standing in their sovereignty and their knowledge of what's right for the trajectory of the human collective. But you have this and you know, and I see people bowing down to you and making way for you so you could lead. Like, you're definitely gonna be a part of the new leaders of this earth, because I swear, you guys, what we're doing right now, it's not sustainable. It cannot keep going the way that it's been going, and we're going to have to come to a crossroads in the next 5 or so years where we're really faced with the peril that we're in, and we're gonna have no choice but to step back and listen to the people, to listen to the voices of the people who know and love Mama Gaia truly, and listen to their advice and follow their wisdom and their way. Because I swear, I think you guys have honestly been training for lifetimes to step up and do your part and birth these creations, and most of all these children into this world who will help create a new way for all of us. 2 of Wands. From this card, I immediately am picking up that there's going to be, or there already has been, family conflict. I think you guys are going to have to make a decision to abort the way that your family thinks things should be done and the way that you know things should be done. You have a vision and you have a way, and I think people might even make fun of you for even, you know, having these ideas and having these visions and having these plans, but you guys are gonna stick strong to this. Like, I know, I can see it through these cards. Maybe you guys need a grant or a loan or something from a family member to be able to start whatever company you're thinking of. But I really just see a decision, like a big decision having to be made between one world and the other, and in one lies a world where we're obliterated by our own destruction and our darkness, and the other one lies the earth that we all collectively can create together if we rise up and use our God-given talents for what they were intended to be used for. But we all come to this crossroads. We all come to this period in our life where that decision has to be made, and that we have to go against the people and the places and the things that are telling us no. Just like how you tell these people, no, that's not okay, we can't keep going about this. You have to stand up and say no. I know what the way is. I know what's right, and I know what I'm going to do. So you guys, yeah, you have a really big decision coming up, and you guys are gonna have help in this, whatever it is. I don't feel like this is a dire situation whatsoever. I'm saying it's big because whenever this happens, and whatever happens, it's gonna set you off on this huge trajectory, a huge path, like setting you leaps and bounds forward. But you have to be ready. You have to have the confidence and faith in yourself and your visions to execute this cleanly. But I'm seeing here strongly that you have the resources and the vision to do so. Yeah, you know the way, you know the path, you're looking towards the future. Just give it time. These people yelling in your ear that no, you're not doing the right thing, it'll stop. So just make a clear plan, make a vision for what it is you want and desire and wish to contribute to this world, and you have all the resources you can need to execute this. Alright, I pulled a card from the unicorn deck. Let's see what they have to say. Change. The changes that you're going through are positive. Yeah, so you guys may be in the middle of this already. I think that the wheel is already spinning and turning for you guys. I think you may already be standing at this crossroads right there, like in this doorway where you know it needs to happen. And maybe there's a lot shifting in your life already. And you feel like you're in the middle of chaos and turmoil. And even if you're not, like, the pressure that's on you right now is meant to catapult you into the next phase of your life. And yeah, this decision just really needs to be made. And I feel like there's this sense of dread in your mind about it. It is really hard to dissent from the way that things have been done for so long and go against the people and places you know. Because I can sense from this pilot, you guys are very agreeable people. So you don't want to cause chaos. You don't want to assert your opinion in front of anybody else's. You'd rather just say, I don't think you necessarily agree with anyone around you, really. It's just that you're not combative against it. If somebody says something you think is wrong, you're kind of just like, no, like, that's not really it, but you're not gonna cause a fight in the scene. So I think that this is honestly just making you feel really uncomfortable. You're just like, oh, I don't want to cause this big scene. I don't want to make chaos or trouble. But you are being asked to make a splash. You can still do it in a kind, calm, and respectable way. But this here needs to be done. It just needs to be done. So, yeah, you're really being called to take a leap of faith. And I think this change card is just further confirmation that yes, you are meant to change the world. You are meant to make these changes and contribute to a better world and society, so we don't keep doing the things the same way that we've been doing them, that have been killing the earth and her resources and depleting us and her of the essential nutrients that we need. Alright, so this is one of my favorite decks ever. This is the Remy Oracle deck, so we're gonna see what messages that Mother Gaia wants to bring through for you. Passion for purpose. And no wonder I was getting so animated and amped up at the beginning of this reading, because it just flows through you, like especially with this wand energy. Yeah, you have the Eight of Pentacles and the Empress, which is pretty chill, but you guys have like a fire lit behind your ass, underneath your ass, for whatever this is. This was, I almost like sensing prophecy, honestly. Before you guys were even born, your soul was born with the innate power and drive and passion to make this happen. Because you know what? Mother Earth is angry. She's angry. She's angry with us and the people that live on this planet. And yes, she is kind and she is compassionate, all of the above, but she has been disrespected for far too long. I'm sensing that this sense of urgency and frustration and anger inside of you is bubbling up, because it is her calling you to action and saying to you, hey, we need to make this change, because all this stuff going on is not okay, and we need to make a difference. Okay, I'm gonna read you guys a little excerpt. And honestly, I really do hate just like reading things out loud from the book because it feels impersonal, but this deck knows what it's talking about. So I'm just gonna read you a little excerpt from this because it is fairly long. Do you yearn to find your way, to fulfill your divine destiny, to know the purpose for your presence within the sacred body of the Earth Mother? Your heart is questioning for deeper meaning. It desires certainty as to your sacred task for this lifetime. Your heart wants to know why you were born, for what purpose. You must know that the answer to these questions is love. I bring you your answer straight from the heart of the universe. Be wild within your passion. Do that which stirs your soul, even when it makes you uncomfortable, especially then. For what is being truly alive if not a decision to be open instead of resistant, to be wild rather than comfortable, so that at any moment we will be ready for the invitation of the divine beloved to come closer. I call you now, the you that is beyond your mind, the you that the heart knows, the you that cannot deny life. To that you I ask you this question: what stirs the passion of your soul? Do that, be that. This oracle comes to you with guidance. You are being initiated more deeply into your life purpose. Your passion will reveal itself to you with more depth, nuance, and beauty than ever before. If parts of your life are dissembling or do not seem to be working out as you had planned, these are symptoms of this passionate revelation. Be curious and open to what presents itself to you in the wake of the falling away. Be ready for the journey within now. You are strong enough to leave behind the need for external validation while you learn to validate yourself. In time, soon enough, in fact, you shall revel in your innermost beauty and be witnessed and received and acknowledged for your innate value, your purpose, your divinity. But for now, sweet beloved, dive deep, be defiant and determined to honor your heart so your deep passion may be witnessed by you and eventually, naturally make its way into sacred expression in the world. If you have recently discovered a new talent or a new purpose, or if you have been dreaming big dreams, this oracle comes to you with the guidance and confirmation. You are excited. Follow that excitement. Let it lead you into your own heart, your own truth, and onto ever more passionate path of purposeful living. Well, pile on, if that doesn't sum up the summary of your cards, I don't really know what does. Whatever it is that your soul is calling you to do. Oh my God, you guys. I'm sorry, I just looked outside and there is the most beautiful freaking sunset I've ever seen in my life. And all these colors, the pink and the blues in the sky, just again remind me that we're blessed to share this earth and to share it with each other and to be in the magnificent glory of the world around us. And if this is not a sign, I don't know what is, but you guys have every tool in your arsenal to be able to execute this eco farm, this sustainable business, whatever it is. Your soul has been guiding you to make a change and to step up and be a leader of the new world. So I'll leave you with that, pile one. Thank you for letting me read for you, and go forth into your life with so much passion, so much conviction, so much courage, and know that what you have to offer this world is truly needed at this time. I wish you a beautiful rest of your day, your night, your evening, wherever you are, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye. Hello, pile twos. Welcome to your reading. If you chose the Amazonite, then this is going to be the pile for you. And if you didn't watch the intro, I just kind of wanted to say that at this time, I think it's incredibly important that we all step up into higher integrity and doing what it is that we can do to make this world a better place on the part of everybody. Whether it's environmentalism that is calling to you or political activism, they're all so important. In this reading, I think I'm focusing specifically on the health of the planet itself, so environmentally, but all aspects are needed indefinitely. So if you're ready to step up as a leader of the new earth and do what your soul has been calling you to do, to make a contribution, to make a difference and make a change in the lives of everyone else around you by contributing to this beautiful planet that we live on, then please, by all means, take a deep breath and let's see what soul-guided action steps you are being asked to take in order to make this world a better place. Just had to turn down the music a little bit. Alright, pile 2. Seven of Swords. Okay, guys, you people have no problem with calling out bullshit, okay? If there's any big corporations such as Amazon or Tesla, I mean Tesla's pretty eco-friendly, so maybe I'll cross them off the list, but you know, big, greedy, giant corporations that do a disservice to the world, I think it's part of your purpose to either infiltrate them or burn them to the ground. Not literally, but in a metaphorical sense, that's what I mean. Okay, you guys have had it up to here with the deception of the lies, the mistreatment of our workers, the wages that are insane, and whatever deception and lies and secrecy is going on in this earth, I think you are meant to come here to expose it. The greed, the corporations that don't do shit. Like, I sense that this makes you feel really mad, but also inspired in a sense, because you can see through their bullshit so well. It's almost like a game to you. Like, oh yeah, you want to be the leading corporation in the world, but yet pay your workers minimum of like $7 an hour. Okay, well, you know what, I'll show you. Lawsuit. Okay, well, you know what, you guys are shut down. Like, I don't know, you guys have your ways, you have your eyes in different places, and you know different people in the right places, and you can take these big corporations down. That is what I'm seeing. Down with the greed, down with the reckless ways of producing and dumping into the ocean and pollute. Like, you guys do not fuck with this whatsoever. And I'm really seeing that you guys have an uncanny ability to cut these crows out of the sky and give them the justice that they deserve. Like, serve it up on a gold platter in their faces, honey. Like, you, wow. Yeah, that's awesome. Honestly, because as much as I love, you know, the peaceful protests, the like hippie people that like only eat plants. Okay, yeah, I'm kind of one, but you know, like, as much as that's great, like the quiet activism and leading by example, we need these types of people who will go in and bulldoze the fuck out of anybody who tries to mess with Mother Earth, who tries to mess with their planet, who tries to dump 7 gajillion tons of oil in the ocean and not clean it up. You guys have had enough. You see through this energy, and I really just feel like you know the right people in the right places, like high-ranking executives or CEOs or just really important people in the right places that can help you take them down in a really stealthy way. I don't know if you guys have seen the Snowden documentary, but this guy Edward Snowden like infiltrated the CIA or something. Maybe he was a part of it, I think, and he actually he grew so disgusted by their malpractices and lack of integrity and what they were doing. He did this entire expose, and long story short, of course, now he's been exiled to Russia or something of the sort. And I'm not saying this is gonna happen to you, but you have this kind of like, no, take down the bear right in front of their face, right when they're not working. Like, I don't want to name signs, this isn't really that type of reading, but like you guys have like Scorpio energy, like Mercury and Scorpio. You're able to see through the deceit and the lies so easily. Like I said, it's almost a joke to you. Oh, you really thought you were gonna get away with that right in front of my face? Like, no. Alright, Six of Pentacles. You guys might have quite a lot of money already, I'm sensing. And you guys have the resources to be able to like fund an expose or something of the sort. You guys have the financial ability to bring these types of corporations and people down and get them where it hurts, like seriously. Maybe you guys are like an Aries or have come from money, so you know firsthand that you know money is definitely one of the roots of evil, but you guys want to use your advantageous placement in life to help the planet for good. You don't want your money to just sit there and do nothing, and if it can fund taking these greedy assholes down, then you're gonna do it. Either you're wealthy or you know other people that are wealthy, or you will come into contact with people who have tons of financial abundance, and I almost like see you guys coming together to like take down the big bear. And do it forcefully and do it in an impactful way. But I do not see you guys being taken down for this, like Snowden. You guys have such a privileged and high-ranking position in life that people wouldn't see this as a criminal act. They'd see this as an act of justice and egalitarianism and rightful action. And I really do. I see a lot of you guys, a lot of other people coming on board with you to help fund this cause. Whatever it is that you're doing, you're not doing this alone. You're taking your stealthy ways, you're taking the intelligence that you have and using it against these people and these corporations to get them where it hurts. And yeah, I don't know, you guys kind of have like this badass mafia energy. I don't know if you guys have seen Ocean's 8, but you guys kind of remind me of Rihanna a little bit in that movie, or maybe even like Sandra Bullock. Like, you're a badass, but like you look good while doing it, and you're gonna have a fun time while doing it. It's almost maybe like a side project for you, but you love it and it calls to you, so more power to you. I think that a lot of people look at you and they don't expect you to be this way. They don't expect you to want to take down the big giant. I am getting the symbolism of just like a pretty girl in a pretty dress. So maybe people think that's all you're good for, but little do they know that you have this fire behind you, this will to take down, you know, these forces of the world that are getting in the way of your happiness and your well-being, and obviously the rest of the planet's happiness. Like this, I don't know, I feel like this little girl energy in you that just wants to rise up and take down these big corporations. I think like from a very young age you guys have felt this way, and you guys have been upset that there's so much greed and corruption in this world, and maybe you didn't understand it that well when you were that young, you know, because we aren't taught a lot of the things that have been going on, but it's stuck with you. And like again, I don't think this is gonna be your main life's purpose or your life's work or goal or mission, but something upsets you, some piece of news, some piece of information that you come across just lights this fire underneath your ass, and that little girl that wants to fight for her world and fight for peace of like animals and well-being throughout the entire world just comes to life again. And you're like, you know what, James, you know what, Sarah, whoever your friends are, we need to do something about this. And the amazing thing is that you have the wealth and you have the resources to be able to fund it. And that is honestly the amazing thing about wealth, because when it falls into the right hands and the right company of people like you can be such a force for good in this world. And there really just needs to be a restructuring of our economy and how it works. Like, trickle down economics, what is that? It doesn't even make sense. But honestly, I'm grateful that there's people like you in this world who know their privilege and use it in a way to be effective and be a force for good in this world. Right, the Hanged Man. I'm just gonna say this right now. I think that people have made you look or feel stupid in your life, you know, and I think that when you do this, this is kind of gonna be you coming back to be like, who are you calling stupid? Who did you think that you were? Like, this is almost like a rise up to reclaim your power, and like, you don't want to seem like a ditz anymore. You want to seem like you know what you're doing, and you do have power and autonomy to help change the world. And I know that this must have hurt you in the past, or made you feel like you were inadequate. I feel like because you had money, or people like calling you an air ass or something as the sort, you maybe kind of have like this airy energy. I'm getting like such strong hippie vibes from this pile. Like, you guys probably had the type of parents that were super wealthy and could afford to eat well, but not in a flashy way, like maybe a little bit, but more in a way of like, yeah, we can afford to live close to the earth and have beautiful views, and that they just wanted to enjoy their life. They didn't want to flaunt it in people's face. Like, I don't know, maybe like Burning Man parents or something that was like oddly specific, but something of the type. And you really want to get out of this energy where people overlook you or make you feel like you're not good enough just because you had money, and just because you grew up in wealth, and just because you grew up in privilege. I honestly feel like there's just going to be like this siren call for you to not only prove yourself, but do it in a way where you're impacting other people and the rest of the planet while doing that. And I think that's really cool. And again, there's nothing wrong with having wealth, with having establishment, with having followers or money or whatever it is that you guys have in excess and abundance. Because when you put your heads together with the right people and take soul-guided action steps to, you know, help contribute to the welfare of the planet and the animals and the people around you, you can make a difference. And I'm sensing that being in this position in your life just adds fuel to that fire and makes you want to do it more. This is like a really odd message for some people, but if you're into psychedelic mushrooms, do it. Like, I honestly have the intention to connect with nature, or connect with her purpose, like the core of her being. And I think you guys can get incredibly prophetic and strong messages through this vehicle, through this wisdom of the mushrooms, and they could really help you come into a deeper understanding of what it is that the earth actually needs. Like, mushrooms are intelligent creatures. Yes, I said creatures. They have this intense way of communicating with each other, and when we ingest them, either in a ceremonial way or using them as plant medicine, they can reveal so much about ourselves that we never knew before. So if that resonates with you, or you had any interest in doing those or using psychedelics, I think that this card is strongly encouraging you to do so. I mean, there is kind of like mushroom imagery, but I also like how he's hanging upside down and he's blindfolded, but it's often in those situations when we're rendered unconscious or like our physical eyes are closed that the soul sees inside, and that's when our soul lights up, and that's when we see the way. And using psychedelic mushrooms is kind of just a really intense way of doing that and going within. So again, take it or leave it. Let's see what messages the unicorn spirit realm has for you. Share. When you share, everyone feels happy. Oh, okay. Oh, you guys are really just like pure souls. So I'm getting like literally share your money, literally share your resources with other people. I don't even feel like you guys need to be told that though, because you guys are incredibly naturally giving and generous with your time and your resources. But more than anything, I think this means share your vision. Let other people join you on this mission so you can rise up and take down these people together. I think that's a part of your mission, not to do this alone. Like I said at the beginning of the reading, you guys are going to be doing this with other people. So share, honestly, when you're at a party or something, or I guess it's COVID, I don't know, when you're just out with people and hanging out, or like you're high or you're drunk or you're not, just share your thoughts. Literally, I'm telling you guys, just go off on a tangent about what you think about the earth, what you think about this world, and why you think it's wrong, and I guarantee the right people will be like, you know what, you're right, we should do something about this. And I'm honestly just seeing through these conversations and just through these harmless tangents, you guys are gonna get super revved up and super inspired to make a change. And that's how you find your team, that's how you guys make a goal and really execute this. So be vocal, be outgoing, don't hide what you feel inside about the injustices going on in this planet. Be incredibly vocal, and I swear by doing that you will find your tribe and you will find your group of people to do this with, to take down the establishment with. Alright, so I just have one more message for you guys. This is one of my favorite decks in the entire world. It's the Remy Oracle deck. So let's see what it has for you. Blessing of Al Hakim. I think I'm saying that right. Yeah, you guys seriously are blessed through this material realm, and because you have this blessing and because you have this leverage in life that others don't, you can do so much with this. So I'm really being told to call attention to the privilege that you have in this situation, and not in a negative way. I think sometimes you guys just don't realize how much you do have, and like, wow, if I can make this much of an impact on the world, like, you know, okay, you know how everyone's yelling at Elon Musk or like other billionaires, like, you guys could single-handedly help stop world hunger, and you sit there and do nothing, you know? And honestly, you're probably one of those people like pointing your fingers a little bit, or just think it's incredibly hypocritical not to help. But I think you guys don't realize what a big gold mine you or your family has been sitting on, and how much of an impact you actually could make, and how much you actually could do to help, just with like the little bit that you have, you know what I'm saying? And I think that your parents, your family, they would be incredibly on board to help you with this. You just have to start speaking up and sharing what's on your mind. And maybe you're afraid of being seen as that little girl who's just dismissed because she's rich or she's pretty or people don't take her seriously. But people will take you seriously. One, because yes, you kind of are rich or pretty or both. But also because people feel the passion and the intensity behind your words. And I think you're blessed to have the support of the people in your life who will see your vision and help you make that a possibility. Like my pile ones, that was not the case. They have a very strong vision, but yet it seems like the people in their life would not support that. Use your hippie tribe, use your community to your benefit here, okay? Like, you guys are so blessed abundantly, and just soak in that, just revel in that, and do the most so you can make this world a better place. And you can share this with other people so other people don't feel that bad. Because I know you have a really loving and a really caring heart and a super caring spirit, and it makes you sad when people live in abject poverty or people are treated badly or discriminated against. So I think you have more power than you realize to make the change that you want to see in the world. You guys are like really giving me like Forest Fairy vibes right now. I don't know if that like really resonates with you, but use this sweetness and sugar and honey you have inside of your soul and let that sweet seep out into your immediate surroundings and help elevate the world around you. Alright, so I think I'm going to end your reading here. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. I hope that resonates. And again, I just really want to reiterate, if people don't take you seriously, that's kind of their fault. And you know what? That's okay, because through your vision, you can change the world. And that's all that matters here. So I hope you guys enjoyed your reading. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you in the next reading. Hello, pile 3. If you guys have chosen the bloodstone, then this pile is for you. And I've kind of been beating a dead horse on these readings, but if you didn't watch the intro, the reason why I made this particular reading is because I kind of woke up in the middle of the night the other night, and I just felt very strongly guided to do a reading about what we all can do to help save the planet and the earth. And sometimes I wake up with random reading ideas and they're awesome, and sometimes they're not, but this is one that has really stuck with me. And with all the things going on in this earth today, I think that it's so important that we really self-reflect and take the time to figure out, hey, am I really doing the best I can be doing to be a great, outstanding citizen of this earth? And oftentimes the answer is no. So I really just wanted to take the time out of my day to do this reading, because I think we all can use more incentive, more motivation to use our soul-inspired gifts to make a change on this planet and this earth, because that is so important at this time. Like, I really feel like we're in a crunch time in history where, the next 5 years from now may look completely different than they do right now. And that's scary, but it also means that there's a huge opportunity for change. There's a huge opportunity to stand up and say no to the systems that have not been working in our favor anymore, and to do something to change it, because all the decisions that we make today deeply, deeply affect our tomorrow, and that's more true than ever right now. So, sorry, somebody just screamed, that scared me a little bit, but anyways, yeah, and I think each of us can contribute something different. So this reading is going to take a look at that, what that may look like for you. So if you're ready to get into the pile, let's do this. Yeah, I really just want to say that, and again, I'm in my 20s, I'm in my early 20s, and for me, like, the prospect of, like, having children and not knowing if, like, polar bears or penguins are even gonna exist by the time I give birth to them is really scary. So I think just now more than ever, it's just so important that we step up and we do our part. I kind of lost my train of thought a little bit there, but I just wanted to finish saying that. But anyways, I know you guys are on board because you were the ones watching this reading, so if you're ready to get into the cards, let's see what you guys have going on. The Lovers. Yeah. Okay, straight off the bat, you guys, oh, this card looks so pretty with my little altar. Look at that. I love it. Okay. You guys seriously were like sent here to be missionaries of this earth, like more so than with any other pile. Like it is your divinely guided soul mission to be of service to the planet. I get that so strongly. Like you literally incarnated here because your soul was cut from the fabric of somebody who cares deeply about the earth, cares deeply about her inhabitants and what happens to the people here. So whatever it is you guys decide to do that will help the well-being of this planet, you guys are going to succeed, and you're going to do it so well. Oh my gosh, sorry, it's gonna be chill, like with the roses, and then I have my roses up here. Oh my gosh. I'm kind of honestly getting ascended master vibes from you guys. Like, it was seriously your soul's mission to incarnate here, to uplift the vibration of this planet, to help make a change, to help make a difference, to help its inhabitants. And whatever you do here is going to succeed and go light years beyond what you ever expected this to do. So I know this is just confirmation since you already know. But you want so badly for everyone here to be seen, for everyone to be loved, for them to know that they're divinely worthy of everything that this world has to offer them. And you know, by stepping up into this role, into this mission that was cut out for you, you guys can do amazing things. Seriously, you guys. Like, I know you guys just want to bring love to this world more than anything, and I'm telling you right now, you're going to succeed. You're going to succeed and do so much more than you ever thought could ever be possible on this world, on this earth. Like, you guys have helpers in the spirit realm. You do, and you are meant to bring divine harmony back to this earth. Like, I really felt called to make this reading because I feel very tapped into the divine feminine collective in the sense of like Gaia's secrets and wisdom being forced underground when the patriarchy took over, and I just constantly hear her calls to bring her wisdom and her healing back to earth. And like more than anything, you guys understand the earth's biometric rhythms, her heartbeat, you feel it in your own chest, her cries, her screams of agony, and her tears of joy. You feel it all on such a deep level, and you came here to mend and collect all of the wrongs that have been done on this planet and transmute them into light. Like, if there was a definition of light worker, this is one. And I think it even goes beyond that. I think the term light worker can be incredibly vague, but you guys were sent here to do serious soul mission work on the behalf of this planet, Gaia, and her inhabitants. I don't know if you guys resonate with the term like grid keeper and like the different ley lines of the planet, but you guys are gonna do this from an incredibly metaphysical point of view and aspect. Like, you know, some people are just vegans or plant-based, and I mean, I use that example because I am one, or they kind of just, you know, shop at their local co-op and grocery store to help things on the sustainability front. No, you go beyond. You are doing this healing from a multi-dimensional standpoint. Like, if you guys are a part of the Galactic Federation of Light, I don't know if that means anything to you, but see, like, your soul mission is being channeled from the light beings above, and you are doing this purely through energy, through light language, through sound healing, through love, through Reiki. It is so purely metaphysical, and it is like the embodiment of Christ conscious born again onto this planet. That is what you're here to spread. That's what you're here to embody. And you just heal the earth seriously with your presence. You heal the inhabitants of Mother Earth, Gaia, through your presence, through your incarnation, through your soul, the heart beating in your chest. Every time you're in a high state of vibration, your heart rhythms literally just ripple out into the entire world's atmosphere and uplift this planet one heartbeat at a time. Like, again, if there is the embodiment of a light worker, you guys are it. Your frequency, your demeanor, the way you talk, the way you walk through the world, the way you look up at the sky, the way you notice all the beautiful happenings around you, all contribute so deeply to the deep restoration and healing that this planet so badly needs. You guys are meant to do it. The Emperor, okay? 2 major arcana. Look at that. Why won't these cards stand up? Let's see if I can put this behind the crystal. I don't like how that looks. Give me a second, guys. Aesthetic is everything. Alright. The Emperor. Yes. I feel like you guys may have risen to a powerful place in your life already. I think you guys already command a lot of attention and respect around you, because it's something about your auric field, it's something about your energy, it's something about the way you resonate in frequency that everyone can feel, and you command the respect of people around you. You're actually very calm in demeanor, and I think you calm and soothe people down. You have this authority, you have this air of authority about you that is undeniable to anybody that walks into your presence and feels your energy. You're giving me calm, peaceful, warrior energy, and whatever you do it with dignity, you do it with grace, you do it with poise, and you do it with divinely guided direction. I don't think you take a step in the wrong direction, or you don't take a step out on any path without first consulting your guides and the higher beings around you. Everything you do is guided by love. Everything your heart wishes for and desires is guided by love. But the amazing thing about you is that you only have to breathe, and you are making ripples of effects in our collective consciousness that are so powerful and so concrete that you may not even be aware this is happening. I think when you guys sleep and you go into a delta state of consciousness, the way that you reverberate in your sleep seriously is like waves of sound that uplift the entire frequency of this planet and just send it like sighing into relief. I feel like you guys have a big part to play in the ocean cleanups of this world. I don't know how, but I think honestly something you do in your sleep, you go into this trance, you go into these worlds, you go into this meditative state of consciousness that allows you to access the subterranean beings down there, and you help them build a force, you help them build an army, you help them gather together and band together to help uplift the ocean's frequency, because it's being so polluted right now. I don't know why, but I think you guys sink to that place in the earth when you sleep, and you guide them, you counsel them, you teach them how to get along. You teach them the tools that it's going to take in order for the oceans to completely clean themselves out. And so we're purely water, you guys. Maybe not purely, but we're 70% water. So the health of our ocean is so vital to the well-being of everybody, whether we realize it or not, because we're land beings and creatures. I swear, your just soul ascends into the ocean every night. And I'm kind of seeing this scene from The Little Mermaid, you know, and that scene where they sing Under the Sea, and all of like the blowfish, the trumpets, the turtles, whatever Sebastian's singing about, they all come together to form a band, and they sing, and that's just what I see. You, instead of people, it's beings that you're bringing together, and they can't talk, you know, but animals resonate with frequency, and so you're doing it through that. You're creating harmony between these creatures and helping them get along, because humans aren't the only ones with powers, and you know this. Yes, we can talk. Yes, we can form coherent sentences and words, but obviously animals communicate somehow. And so I think down there in this oceanic landscape, they're all coming together because they know their ecology is in danger. They know that they are being threatened by the very moment we dump all of our oils into the sea and don't clean it up. So your soul has taken on this important task of creating a force of oceanic animals to come together and rise their collective frequency, because they're in danger. And you feel this, and you can tap into this type of animal collective so deeply, so purely, that you simply just radiate love. Your soul is emanating the highest vibration of love that there is humanly possible, and healing these oceans with every breath you take. Every step you take forward is for the betterment of our planet, for the oceanic landscape, for humanity, and for the future of our world. And I thank you for doing this work. I know you probably don't realize it, but it's there. It's happening. The Eight of Swords. You've been tried in your life because you have these incredible, innately powerful spiritual gifts. I think in much of your life you've been blinded, and maybe you don't feel like the superhero you are, or that I'm making you out to be in this reading, okay? You've been binded, you've been attacked by darker forces that want nothing to do with you, who want to take your power and your light, but this is because you incarnated into this realm with such a powerful mission and such a powerful purpose. It almost would have been impossible for you to complete it if you didn't come against this opposition, because this has been teaching you to go inside and rely on your own resources, rely on your own gifts. And if you see these cards are actually incredibly similar in a way. Just one is of the light and one is of the darkness. I think this represents the dichotomy of your life and how you fall into the shadows and how you are risen again into the light, very much like Christ was, if you are familiar with that story. So this is also speaking to me how when you dream at night, you do incredible things and you go incredible places. Yeah, these crows have her tied up and confused, but what they don't realize is that the power inside of you is so vast, it's so wide, it's so deep, and it's so incredible that you can remove these blindfolds purely through your own tenacity and purely by your own will. And people will try to stop you. Forces or places are going to try to interfere with your mission, but this just makes you 10,000 times stronger. You rise up more powerful than you ever thought you could be in this life. And the thing is that it's actually all an illusion. Maybe you feel like you're being psychically attacked. Maybe you feel like you fall prey to these energies that nobody else deals with or nobody else understands. But I swear, this is you. This is the other side of the coin in spirit. And when we're in the earthly realm, we forget about this. But all these attacks are an illusion. They're to try to psych you out, to play with your mind, to get you to give up on your own soul and what it was guided here and sent here to do. But what I'm really seeing strongly with this Lover card is that is just absolutely could not be the furthest thing from the truth. You're fine. You're in the light and you're protected, so don't let this get you down. Maybe you feel like you're drowning, but it's only a type of sensation you feel when you're asleep. And when you wake up, you realize that it was all a dream and nothing has been actually happening to you at all. So I'm going to take a look at the messages that the unicorn spirits have for you. I'm excited to see what else comes through. Talk about your feelings. Tell a friend how you feel. I think not enough people know how incredible you are. You give me like the quiet light worker type of vibes. Like you're not the one to be like posting on Instagram like hashtag light worker, hashtag 444, you know? Not at all. You're very underground, and I think if a lot of people knew what you were working on and like what you were sent here to do, like the respect for you would raise through the roof. You have this very humble, go at it alone type of attitude, which I feel like is no longer serving you. It may have been necessary in the past to protect yourself from these types of psychic influences, but I'm sensing that it's time. It's time to slowly let yourself come out of this energy and this cycle of being quiet and retreating into your own inner world whenever things externally get tough. Because what I really see for you guys is that nothing externally for you can trump the incredible trips and prophecies and light beings you see when you're asleep or when you're awake but just sitting in meditative silence. You guys are able to access realms and inner possibilities that most people on this earth will never ever get to experience or have access to. So I'm sensing that it's time for you to be open to the people around you, and if you feel like you don't have anyone around you that would be supportive or willing to listen to like this grid work or light work that you're doing, like maybe you have to search outside and find an unlikely friend that maybe seems like they're from a different species than you. And I don't literally mean animal, I just mean someone from a different walk of life that has a different perspective. You guys need to be open about this, because I sense when you're able to be open about this and what it is that you're doing, that you let it flow and it'll trickle more easily out of you and into the world. Like there's kind of like, I'm seeing like a river and there's a dam and you're kind of stopping up your energy by doing so much of this alone and not telling other people what it is that you're doing. But I think people would just have so much respect for you if you were able to tell them the things that you've seen, the places you've been, even if they're solely in the inner landscapes of your own world, that's okay. These people understand you, and I'm being asked to tell you that. Lastly, we're going to pull a card from the Rumi Oracle deck, which is beautiful. I surge on the uprising wave of love. I know I said you guys have been established, but you guys have definitely not come into your purest potential yet. There's still so much healing and light work ahead of you guys that you've barely even tapped into yet. Intergalactic travel that is possible and necessary for your soul's growth and evolution. Like, you guys could access the Akashic records and change the course of history just with the intergalactic work that your soul is capable of doing when you're asleep and you're in these deep REM states and traveling into other regions that humans cannot physically reach. I seriously see you traveling through like wormholes and time holes in space. I'm really curious to know what types of dreams you have and if you've had any like astral phenomena that can't be explained, because you guys seriously have so much access to parts of this world that we've long forgotten. Things that the ancient Egyptians and ancient civilizations were in touch with, you have access to this. Your soul remembered, like the Mayans, like you're on that type of level, you're on their type of shit, and let yourself become one with the universe. And I hate how this is the second time I've been recommending psychedelics in this reading, but it's really just coming through. Like, if you guys were to interact with plant medicine, I think that this would just catapult your psychic abilities out of the water, and you guys would be able to do so much interdimensional traveling and healing on behalf of this planet, and even converse with the star beings that your soul has been derived from. That would be such a blessing and so important for you. I feel strongly ayahuasca from this, and maybe even peyote. If you guys don't know what that is, definitely look it up. But something very sacred and in a ceremonial way, I think would be more beneficial for you. If you were to do it alone, just purely have the intention of connecting with divine source, divine spirit, and do it on behalf of healing the planet, because you have access. You guys have the codes and the keys to access places that people never ever thought they would go before. So I'm going to read you an excerpt from this, because I think just the prose and the poetry in these cards are beautiful. So hang tight while I grab that for you guys. I surge on the uprising wave of love. No gravity can stop me from rising. The moon pulls the tide of life toward her, and my soul in oneness with all of life answers her call. A wave of love consumes me, and upwards I fly, flying through water to greet her shining body. Led by my heart, my wits are addled, and my mind becomes a blurry mess. And so I feel instead. Feel the truth of her love and the divine reflection she shines back at me from her radiant heart. This oracle comes with a message for you. There are changes happening, and they will be out of your control. This is because you are ready for an accelerated life change. Rather than paddling, you'll be caught up in a wave and moved farther, faster. Let yourself surge on with the energy of what's happening, leading you with your heart and just going with whatever unfolds. This will bring you the best fortune and open you up to the divine destiny that is your birthright this lifetime. Yeah, so you guys, that may sound a little bit menacing. I do realize that. But I don't even think that's the case with you guys at all. I really think that that prose and that poetry is really just reiterating the fact that your soul still has miles and miles to go and to trek and to travel that you haven't even explored yet. Tap into the psychic abilities in your mind. Tap into the limitless potential that you as a soul were birthed into this world with, and you guys will go so, so far. So those are the messages that I have received for you, pile 3. I hope that you thoroughly enjoyed. I hope you guys have fun light working out there, whatever it is that you do. Thank you for letting me read for you and tap into your psyche for a bit. So I hope to see you in the next reading. Leave a comment or a like if this resonated with you, and thanks for watching. Hello, my beautiful, lovely people. If you chose pile 4 with this Larimar crystal, then this pile is for you. And I'm just gonna say this again like I have in all the other readings. I was guided to do this reading in a dream. It came to me really strongly, and sometimes I have really great ideas for readings in my dreams, and sometimes I wake up and they're like, what the hell was I even thinking? But this one has really stayed with me for the last couple of days since I received the green light to do this, and I think it's because we all collectively are ready for a change. We're ready for healing. We're ready to do things in a correct way that helps uplift the planet and not hurt it. We all need to come into a time of collective healing and repairing all the wounds that we've inflicted on our Mother Earth, and really come into a reckoning. And I wanted to do this reading because I think it's so important that we tap into our innate soul gifts and our abilities and what we can contribute to the planet and the earth. So in this way, today we're going to be reading into what you specifically can do to help uplift the vibration of this planet, her resonance, her frequency, and her soul, so we all can live in more harmony and bliss together as one. So I invite you to take a deep breath, focus on the pile in front of you, and ask your soul, what can you do to help heal and uplift this planet, this beautiful planet that we all take for granted? So let's go ahead and get into your cards, pile 4. The Knight of Pentacles. Alright, so we start out this reading with another earth sign, just like pile 4. I sense that you guys may be CEOs or something of the sort. I don't know, I'm getting super strong Silicon Valley vibes from this card. So sorry, my cat is meowing at the door. I feel like you guys may do something in technology or business or something that's incredibly lucrative in that way. So you guys have a lot of saying power in your workplace, and I think that you guys kind of have the type of authority and vibe where whatever it is that you say goes. Now, if you guys are not in Silicon Valley or anything of this sort, or doing any type of startup business, oh my gosh, you guys, let me let my cat in 1 second. Alright, I'm sorry about that, guys. So as I was saying, if you aren't doing any type of Silicon Valley thing, I think you guys are just like very much starting out in the world, and you have a lot of power on your side. You have a lot of autonomy and authority, and anything you stick your mind to, you will get it. You guys are either very charming or just commanding in the way that you speak, and yeah, there's just something about you that commands the authority and the attention of other people. So in this way, I think if you wanted to start a campaign or something to, like, this is very vague, but help save the rainforest, you guys would easily be able to do that. I think you guys have incredible campaigning powers and powers of persuasion that would help people get on board and on your team. The thing that I do see is with this pile is that you guys either can be a force for good and force for evil. And I feel like up until this point in your life, you have been focused on the material realm and monetary gains, and you may have not gone about things in the most ethical type of way whatsoever. And I'm sensing that there's like this type of tentativeness to make a change, because you know, my cat is freaking out, you guys. Gosh, what was I saying? Yeah, because the most powerful CEOs and millionaires and billionaires in this world, they did not go about getting their money in any type of ethical way whatsoever. And I feel like you guys actually may have a tendency to be a little bit like skeezy in your dealings and the way that you treat people and to go about getting money. But I really do see like there's this budding interest, like there's this seed planted like in your mind of maybe I don't have to go about it this way, and what would it look like if we and my company and my team took a completely different approach to the situation and started just dealing with things in a more ethical way. Yeah, that's maybe not the way that people in my field have done them before, but there's definitely an opportunity for change. And I'm seeing if you guys feel any call to action in an environmental way, it's because it's a trend. It's because, you know, killing the earth isn't cool anymore, guys. I'm just gonna say that right now. It's not cool, and I think people are really having to take a step back and reassess the way that we do things, and the way that we go about gaining material resources really isn't okay, and it's actually hurting and it's actually harming people. But I think you guys are still a little bit on the fence. You're like, well, I could make millions of dollars if I essentially fuck a lot of people over or do something in a super unsustainable and unethical way, you know, like that sounds great, and I could like hang with my bros or whatever and get a lot of attention that way. But I do feel like this seed has been planted in you somehow, some way, where you're like, you know what? I don't know if that's really what I want to do anymore. That's kind of not cool to just kill the planet, guys, if you know what I'm saying. So that's what I'm picking up for you guys with that card. Let's see what else comes through. The Eight of Cups. Okay, so I think in the future, or like starting now-ish, you guys are going to have to walk away from the way that you have been doing things before, either because there's like an emergency situation at your work where you're realizing shit, this way isn't working anymore, and you guys all have to come together and reestablish a new plan. Either that, or it's literally just the crisis and the tipping point of the world being fed up and coming to a crisis point that is going to trigger you into action, into changing the way that your business or your startup does things. So I am seeing the way for you guys to make a difference is to get ahead of this curve, because it's coming no matter what. And this Eight of Cups card, she's walking away. All the cups that she had, all the success, the popular, like they're done. They're in the water. The party's over, and a new way has to be established. So that's how you can get ahead of this trend and this curve, is to start thinking of ways you can make your business or whatever it is that you guys have lucrative, and deal with it in an ethical way. I really am am sensing this energy of like kind of skeezy business dealings. Like, I don't think you guys have gone about your moral compass in the right type of way, and there's been people you've screwed over in the process, and I don't think you've really fully taken accountability for that yet, or seen the ways that you've had a detrimental impact on either the environment or the people in the workplace around you. But Mother Earth really is asking you guys, telling you guys that you need to step up in the way to right that wrongs. Whatever shady business dealing went down with you guys, they're telling you the way to right this is to make up. Ow! Jeez! Oh, fuck. Sorry, you guys. My cat's clawed. Oh. Anyways, you know what? I'm sorry. You have to get off my lap, because if you keep doing this and interrupting my reading, it's just not gonna happen. I'm sorry. So, anyways. Oh, and of course she jumps right back on my lap. Okay, let me just get my bearings for a second here. So, yeah, the way to make up for this is to realize, no, we can't keep abusing our resources. No, we can't as a company keep just fucking people over like this and not paying them fairly, or just thinking it's fine and that you'll deal with it later. You have to start being integral in your business dealings and your relationships with other people, and learn how to operate business in an integral and truthful way. Like, that's the only way you're going to make up for this, because I honestly see this going really badly for you guys if you don't, and if you don't have the peace of mind to make a decision where you want to do something better. Because, okay, I'm super big into astrology, and the trend right now with Saturn transiting Aquarius is that if you are not integral and you're not doing things for the people, and humanitarianism is not at the forefront of your mind, you're going to get fucked over. Your money is going to be lost. Everything you've had, all your business dealings you've had working for you, they are going to be taken away from you, because we're at a cycle and a point in our earth and at a point in time where that stuff isn't okay anymore, and any type of business dealing or shady shit that's going on that does not benefit the masses, instead of just benefiting the 1% at the top, it's going to be cut down, because it's not sustainable and we can't operate our lives that more. So if you want to do the right thing, and you know whatever this is, whatever I'm talking about, then you jump on board before you have to start walking away and this forcibly gets taken away from you, because that can happen and it will happen, and I'm telling you guys that right now. The Queen of Swords, yeah, you guys need to start being honest and transparent in whatever it is you're doing, because I'm sensing that there's, again, a lack of integrity and a lack of transparency in your business dealings or whatever it is that you're doing. And if you guys can start being honest about the malpractice that goes on behind closed doors, being honest about the way that your company and its people truly operate, I think that this will bring a type of reckoning to whatever field you're in, and people are gonna start waking up like this. It's gonna be like flies dropping, seriously, like that. Like, oh gosh, you're right. The way that we've been doing things is really fucked up. And honestly, Jason or whatever your name is, like, you're right. And I think there's gonna be a sense of guilt in you guys, my pile fours, for not having the integrity to do this before. But you can be a trendsetter and you can make a shit ton of money doing this, like being the first company or first startup to start being transparent in their dealings. I think you guys kind of get the gist and vibe of what I'm saying here. But how you can help contribute to the earth is to stop hiding behind the old facade of of shady business dealings and screwing people over and not being transparent about what your company does behind closed doors. I think that you could be a pioneer of sorts if you're able to face this crossroads and actually face this crisis that's going on. What I'm really the messages that I'm really picking up throughout these piles is that the earth is coming to a tipping point. It is coming to a crisis point in our history, and if people aren't making the necessary changes, and they're going to die off with the rest of the earth and everything else that isn't working. That may sound harsh. I don't mean die literally. I can't sit here and predict that for you guys, but I mean die off in the metaphorical sense of not do well, get fucked over, be exposed. So are you guys going to be the ones that are on board with this trend of making better, more ethical business dealings? And this is a general reading, so I can't really be super specific on what it is that you guys are doing, but be the leaders, make the change, because I'm telling you, if not you, then other people are going to be coming up and be elected that are going to replace you. My pile ones are very integral in their business dealings and are planning a startup company or whatever it is. I don't mean a startup, but whatever it is they plan to do that could definitely take over the world. And so these types of people, it's these types of new age thinkers that are being pushed to the forefront, because the time has come in our collective consciousness and trajectory of our lives and history we have to make these changes. It's a do or die, and it's not funny anymore. So if you're not going to be on board, then you're going to be pushed out. So that's what I'm seeing for you guys. So let's go ahead and take a look at what messages this unicorn guide has for you. Exercise. Run, walk, swim, or otherwise move your body. This will give you more energy and more happiness. So this could literally just be saying that you guys need to get up and move your body. Maybe if you're working at an office job, you guys are still all day. But what I'm really seeing is that you guys need to get out into nature. If you can get out of this technological, business-oriented mindset you've been in and commune with Mother Earth and nature again, you guys will get downloads. You guys will get incredible insight and ideas of what you could actually be doing to help the planet. Because I'm sorry, people should not be in positions of power when they're, no offense, stuck in their office all day and they're not in touch with the natural world and how things are. And unfortunately, that's the case. It's these types of people who are being pushed to the forefront of our society and accumulating the majority of our wealth. But if you were to come into contact with Mother Earth again and feel the wind on your skin and feel the warm rays of sun hit your body and your pupils and your iris, you would come alive again and remember everything that you're missing and everything that we've lost in the pursuit of money, in the pursuit of happiness, in the pursuit of gains and economical power over other people. And it's just not cool. I'm really picking up for you guys that this reckoning is going to come sometime in the next 2 to 4 years. And you guys will be put in a situation where you're made aware of how dire this actually is. And I'm being asked to tell you guys, if you guys don't take this advice seriously right now, it'll come to you in a way that is forceful, that is scary, that is uncanny. It's going to wipe you off your feet. So you guys have been given the forewarning that Mother Earth is not playing around here, you guys. You have to come into contact with our true divine nature and essence, which is embedded deeply in the heart of Gaia and Mother Earth. Come back into contact with her rhythms, come back into contact with her breathing. And I see you guys being catapulted on this journey where it's CEO, Silicon Valley techie turned new age guru spiritualist or whatever. You know how Russell Brand went all hippie and used to be a movie star. It's something like that, where you're exposed to the horrendous reality of these corporations that we have going for us. And it's kind of like you guys have to get out of that. You wake up to the nightmare that we're living in and realize that you can't be a part of it anymore. You can't contribute to it. And I just feel like this is in the future, but I just feel like this deep, harrowing sorrow in your chest for being so blind and not realizing the mistakes you were making before and the people's necks you were stepping on just to get your spot ahead of them in line. So this card is really just saying, before Mother Earth comes and does it forcefully to you, come to her, bow down to her, remember all the ancient wisdom that we've lost in the soils of our Mother Earth. Remember what it is. Remember the wisdom that she's birthed to you through her veins, through her blood, through her sweat and tears, and all these things that she does every day just to keep you alive, just to keep you breathing, just to keep you comfortable. Come back down to earth and remember why you're here. So the very last card I have for you is a Rummy Oracle deck, and the card is commitment. So yeah, your commitment is being tested. I feel as if you were born into a life where it was very easy for you to ignore the plight and the suffering of other people. But whatever it was, you got off your life path, your life journey, and this was not meant to be the case. I think you were meant to be more humanitarian than you are now, but whatever the case is, you guys are coming into a reckoning. You guys are coming into a spiritual awakening or enlightenment of sorts, where you realize the wrongdoings of your ways and are basically begging and bowing down to Mother Earth to help you change. So if you guys are humble and willing to go through this transformation in the way that I've depicted it out with these cards, you will come into a reckoning. You will come into a reawakening and understanding of your life path and what you're meant to do. But I'm honestly really glad that you guys have made it here to this reading, because these can just be baby steps on your way to discovering what it is you have to do to make these changes in order to change. I just said change like a million times. But yeah, you're really being tested here, and honestly, I hate to say, but you guys don't really have a choice. You don't really have an option. It's that dire. We're at the tipping point. So please rise up to this challenge and make the commitment. Recommit yourself to a better way of doing things. To recommit yourself to seeing the light in the eyes of the other people around you, and the ways that this earth breaks itself to provide so much for you, and you just take it for granted and take advantage of it. Just really don't beat yourself up, but also be really willing to be honest with yourself about the ways that you have abused her resources and refused to see the amazing life that she's given you in the pursuit of technological advancement, or whatever it is that you guys may have been doing. So I'm going to take this cat off my lap so I can read you guys. Maybe that's not a good idea. So I can read you guys. Oh, I'm back on my lap again. She's really clingy today, guys. I have no idea what's going on. But I'm going to pause this for a second so I can grab the book and read you guys your passage, and then we're going to be done. Alright, you guys, so usually these Rummy passages are a little long, but I just went ahead and read yours, and I think it really does pertain to the message. So if you guys have the attention span and the ears to listen, I would highly recommend that you listen to these words and what I'm about to say. There is a flame that must be safeguarded. In truth, it can never be extinguished. It is the light that never goes out. Even with such enduring power, our recognition and respect of this flame is essential to human development. This flame is holy and lies within each human heart. When the flame is recognized for its worth, it ceases to flicker and smoke, becoming very still. In the stillness, this light can fulfill its destiny to shine brightly, as to so reveal every path absolutely clear without wavering in the fluctuations of fear and attachment. Desire does not have to be a hindrance on the path. It can show us our passions and help us find our purpose. However, the attachment that can come with desire, the belief that it can only be sated with one particular person or set of circumstances, can cause us to stop looking at what the light is revealing to us. The way forward on our path is in the here and now, and instead try to forcibly conjure the shadows to become what we imagine they should be. When we stop seeing life as it is, showing up for us every moment and engaging with it as it is, we can become careless with the light of our heart. Our huffing and puffing to force what does not need to be forced can cause the heart light to flicker and waver. This can make our way seem uncertain, and doubts can crowd in us as the light is compromised in its purpose. We forget to trust in what is because we get caught up in attachment and fear surrounding our desires. Rather than letting life move us, we try to move life. There is a way forward on your life path that needs to be seen by you now. It will be helpful for you to have that clarity and that certainty. You might have already caught a glimpse of it, but might be doubting your vision or yourself. This oracle comes as a reminder to you, don't doubt what you are feeling deep within the passionate love of your heart is true. It's real. You are being led into the progress of life itself. Life operates according to genius that is beyond a linear approach. It is to be trusted rather than understood. There is enough challenge in the personal transformation being asked of you to simply take the steps. That is more than enough. You do not have to also create or control the terrain or determine the map of the journey. You simply need to take each step that presents itself to you in every moment. Don't let the fear that your desire won't manifest cause you to try to bend life to your will. It is an unnecessary battle and one that will not serve your soul here. Instead, just show up, be present, attend to what is before you in each moment, and trust yourself. Let the light of your heart take you into serenity that will bring you the balm of a solid core of comfort, even whilst the world shifts and changes around you according to the workings of divine will. As you move along your life journey step by step, that divine will is moving you too, shining you into the fulfillment of your destiny. Life is not working at cross purposes with you. Far from it. Come back to the stillness of the love within and know your heart light to be what it is, reliable and true, showing you the way, even now, in peace and stillness. Alright, so pile 4, I feel like that summed up what we talked about perfectly. And the needing to come back into stillness and come back and remember the true essence of life and what it is all about, because if you try to control and move life, it'll just end up moving you. So those are the messages I have for you. Be gentle and kind with yourself at this time, and I trust that the path forward will be revealed to you sooner rather than later. Breathe into the stillness of this moment. Do meditation, yoga, whatever it is that brings you back into that core frequency of alignment with the earth and the world around you, and I trust that you'll make the right decisions going forward on your path. So thank you so much for letting me read for you, pile 4s. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day, evening, night, wherever time it is, wherever you are, and I hope to see you in the next reading.